Hey everybody, and thank you for tuning into the Star No Nonsense Motivation Movement. We're just gonna get right on into this. Last week we talked about stress and how stress isn't good for our bodies and how stress isn't good for our minds and how it really keeps us in a non-productive state. So I hope the video was helpful. I got a lot of feedback and I'm happy about that. But I want to move forward with this topic about stress. Okay, if you didn't watch the video, you might want to go back to watch the live video. I know it's long, but trust me, you will get some good tips and you will get some good information from that video. Okay, so I want to continue this video. I want to continue this conversation about stress because it's important. It's important to God. It's important to where we're going, and we have to learn how to deal with stress, and we have to come up with a plan that's going to keep us in a productive state. Okay, so like I was saying last week, we were talking about stress, and one of the things that I made notation about in my video was basically how to remain in your present. I want you to know, and I'm going to go over this again, I want you to know that as long as you are in your present, as long as you are focused in your present and in your present state, you cannot be moved. Literally, you cannot be moved. And I know this may seem a little difficult, but anything that you're going to get good at, it's going to have to take practice. You're going to have to practice this thing. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You may even slip up a couple of times, as I had. But it's always important to remember that you can start over. You can reset and you can start over. There's nothing wrong with that. This is not going to happen overnight. It's going to take practice. So, as long as you remain in your present, you cannot be moved. There is no way for stress to enter your life. I gave an analogy. Let's say that you are arguing with someone, or someone is trying to engage in an argument with you. They're talking. As long as you remain in your present, you cannot be removed. The moment you give thought to or remove yourself from your present to think of something that happened in the past, example, oh my God, she always talking to me like this. She is just so disrespectful. Oh my God, he did that to me before. He cheated on me before, da 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 da. Now there is a reason for you to remove yourself from your present and to engage in what is happening now, which is a negative event, which brings about stress, which brings about chaos in your life. We don't have time to play in those areas. Especially not when we're trying to be productive. Another example, when you move out of your present and you try to think something to happen in the future, you could be removed from your present. So the person is arguing with you. Oh my God, if I let her, say this, people might think that it's true. Or, oh my God, if I just let her go at me like this, then people going to say that I can't defend myself, or I'm a punk with this and this and that. Now you have a reason to remove yourself from your present and go into a place of negativity and unproductivity. Stay in your present. In your present, you cannot be removed. In your present, you cannot engage in negativity, in stress, in aggravation. In your present is where you have your power. And I know a lot of you may be thinking, oh my God, when it comes to stress and when it comes to things that needs to be taken care of, well, Star, what do you want us to do? Just leave it? Just leave it be? And no, I'm not saying that. You have to deal with issues at a place where you are clear-minded, where you can think, where you can hear. So I'm not saying, let's say if you get a notice in the bill, a notice in the mail, and it's a bill and the IRS is about to garnish your wages. Okay, that's something that you stress about, right? That's something that can be stressful. I'm not saying that you don't take knowledge of it. I'm saying that you don't stress over it. You take knowledge of it. This is how you deal with stress. You take knowledge of it and you revisit it when you're at a stable mindset. You don't take knowledge of it and stay there in the stress, in the worry, in the aggravation, and then try and deal with it. You're not going to receive answers like that. Because remember, one of the things that I said in my last video is that you need to be in a sound place. You need to hear when you're dealing with stress. If you cannot hear, you're not going to get answers. Remember, I did the other analogy? Imagine you trying to tell somebody some information and they still just stressing and talking about da 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 da, and you have the answer and they so busy da, 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 and I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know. And here you are. Listen, all you have to do is make a left and go to make a right, and you're right there to your destination. But while you doing this, you can't even hear, because you're doing this and they're talking, they're giving you the instructions. But because you have so much going on, you can't hear, and you definitely can't filter what is a good idea and what could possibly work. We have to change the way we respond to things. This goes back into the emotionalism and emotional part of it. Your peace, practice your peace, meditate. Express yourself. Okay? Practice peace. Make a declaration that you are going to be peaceful today. Nothing is going to stress you today. And honestly, when you understand that you are not in control, and you understand that there is a God, there is a universal source that provides for us, that is assisting us, that is here to guide us, then you have no reason to step out of your present. You are responsible for your present. You are not responsible for your past. You are not responsible for where you're going. You can only partake and engage in what is now. And that is your power. That is where you stay. That is your power. Don't be removed by stress. Don't be removed. Stay in your present. This is where you're going to grow. This is where you're going to flourish and get information. And this is where you find your most greatest productivity and potential. Stop stressing. I'm your girl, No Nonsense. I hope this is helpful, and have a blessed day.